name is Patience Eneji. Starting a business takes hard work, perseverance. It is a passion that I have to help others get over the fear of starting something new. Follow me on this journey as I show you how to become the boss in your world.
Hello and welcome to Unbecoming podcast.
Hello.
My name is Songi.
My name is Enyo.
And today we are privileged to be joined by the lovely, how do I say it? I'll let you say your last name so I don't butcher it, okay? But she is the CEO of Tasty Bites, and you guys, she brought pastries for us today, and I'm so excited.
I can't wait to try them.
There's something about her company, her food business that I love so much. I think I'll say that at the end. But welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It is good to have you here. It was like, sorry for making you
Go through a lot.
Go through
just to get here.
I am horrible with giving directions. Let's just say that. But I would do better next time.
We made it.
Right. How is your 2022 going so far?
Busy.
Busy? Yeah, that's good. Well, do you mind just telling the people who you are?
Okay, well, my name is Patience Eneji, and I own Tasty Bites. What can I tell you all about me? Just that I am a mom. At the end of the day, when I walk through my door, my kids know me as mom. And so I own a business here in Dallas, Texas. It's a pastry company. It's called Tasty Bites, and we serve all kinds of events. And I'm happy to share as much as I can with you all.
That's good.
That's awesome. So the question is, where did it all start? How did Tasty Bites come about? Where did the journey start? Did it start in Nigeria? Did it start here? You know, we want to know more.
all the dits.
Oh, Lord. Okay. If I have to tell you where it started from, I know there were signs when I was back home in Nigeria. I know that.
Right.
But I want to say it started in my living room here.
Okay.
In my living room. I love to entertain. I love to host and just making sure people are comfortable. There's the way people sit when they come into your home.
Right.
And there's a certain way people sit when they come into my home. And I know that it's because of the food.
Right.
It gets them to be comfortable.
Of course. Who doesn't love food?
And of course, after a while, I was like, okay, I think we need to make a business out of this. So that's how this whole thing started. And in 2015, we officially got the company registered.
Okay.
And so that's how Tasty Bites took off.
I'm glad you mentioned registered, because some people just get up off the butt and just start doing things behind. I mean, even if I'm a big fan of doing things the right way when it comes to branding and all that kind of stuff, and I think you've done such an amazing job with your business. I appreciate excellence when I see it.
Yes.
And honestly, from your Instagram, I've been stalking you, by the way, from your Instagram, social media, and just the packaging she brought for us today. Yes, I appreciate excellence. I'm appreciative when people want to do things right, registering for their business, then move on to whatever else has to be done. So you started in 2015.
2015 officially, and I'll tell you one thing: I run away when people start to do the thank you thing.
Yeah.
I run away.
You can't run away from us now.
Unfortunately, I can't.
You are in a whole room with us today.
You are in a whole room with us today.
That's crazy.
Where you going? So,
but thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, you do have to register. I'm one person that asks a lot of questions, and so I believe strongly in perfecting your craft.
Thank you.
And perfecting that craft means registering. It means asking questions, and so I don't just want Tasty Bites to just be a name.
Right.
I believe that when I leave a mark, that mark should last. And perfecting the craft is going to help it to stay even when you're not there. So, yeah, you do have to register and do a whole bunch of things.
Right.
Wow. So how did you come about perfecting the brand? Because it's one thing to cook and to do,
everybody's cooking.
Right. But it's another thing to build the brand around your skill.
Well, I haven't perfected the brand. We're still perfecting it. We're not there yet. And
It's
that's
an
what I tell
everyday
myself
process.
every single day. I get in that kitchen to cook. I tell myself, we have to do better today. We have to do better today. So, how do you perfect the brand? Structure.
Thank
a lot
you.
of structure.
Just taking notes.
Yes.
I should have brought a notebook, guys.
Well, it's recorded.
Right, it is. I can
So-
watch it.
So a lot of structure.
Will you watch it?
I will. I
a
definitely will.
whole lot of structure.
I appreciate structure.
And that's just if you could get that down. And fortunately for me, I have a very strong family setup. Okay,
Yeah.
my family is a family of 7. Me and my husband and his 5 children,
Wow.
and all of their opinions matter. All.
Everybody feels entitled to say
but I
something.
love that,
When I
though.
say family owned and operated, I am one of those people that actually means it. Because the main decision comes from them. Of course, I have
Wow.
people outside.
Right,
I
right.
belong to the Garland Chamber of Commerce, all kinds of groups, but the
Right.
main decision comes from them.
Is
And I
your
like them.
household chamber.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm leaving a legacy for them.
That's true.
That's true.
So I do want them to be part of it. They know they were in the living room when we created the name.
Wow.
They all threw out names, and the name that just resonated, it just felt right, was Tasty Bites.
That's good.
They
I
were
love
part
it.
of building what that logo looks like. Everything about that logo.
Well, I don't know how I can. I want to show this logo, and I'm glad you brought that up
Yes.
because this is my favorite thing. How am I gonna wait? So this is her logo. Some of you have been to parties. You've probably seen this before.
I've seen it so many.
I was somewhere and somebody just walked in with a big old box of Puff Puff in it. And the first thing I noticed was this logo right here. And I texted you, I was like, look what I saw. But this is the thing I love most. Outside, I love your food, but it's something about this color. It is something about just the way the logo is created. And I'm so big on branding because I've seen people slap their stickers on food boxes, on whatever, but I don't know. It's very catchy. And when you hold the box from afar, I can tell that that's Tasty Bites. Because of the brown, it stands out.
I had someone, my voice is hoarse because
That's okay.
I had a couple of events with weddings, and that just requires you to
Right.
work with a bigger team.
Right.
So I'm still trying to get over that, and I have another event coming up. But I had somebody reach out to me and say, "Do you like my logo?" And I said, "I don't have to like your logo. You need to love that logo,
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna eat, sleep, breathe that logo.
Right.
Oh, that's
You
good.
can't change your logo every month.
No.
That's good.
Can't change your logo every month. So when we came up
good.
with this logo, we're like, we better love it because that's
I
what's
know.
going on.
We're locking
Wow.
it in.
You have to lock it in. You have to love it.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing with Tasty Bites. We have not changed this logo since
No, you have
2015.
not.
Wow.
I saw
So
I saw your packaging on Instagram. I think it was pastries, but it was a smaller boxes. And there's a way you lined them up. It was like a big old pyramid tower.
Oh,
But
yes.
the logo was just there. I mean, I don't have to get close to
You can
know
see it from a distance.
to know
That's true.
who's, because some people just have round little sticky whatever, but I can't read from afar if but somebody can be holding a box, and once they see Tasty Bites, this whole brown
know.
thing,
Yup,
I know
that's-
who it is.
And of course, when we started, it was, of course, I'm sure as we go along with the questions, when we started, pastries used to come in pans. And I was like, okay.
Oh, the foil pans.
foil pans. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
when I go to a donut shop, there's something about the donut shop that makes me come back is the boxes.
I know.
Yeah.
And I said, pastries have to come in boxes. And
Right.
they're not cheap to do boxes.
No,
But it does give you this appearance. You
Right.
want to open it up and see what's inside.
like
So
now,
that's
true.
I
Like
haven't
right now-
opened this box to see what's in here, but
Can we
no,
Yes,
don't
you can.
listen.
Yes, you
don't
can.
don't start that. You know me. I'll start eating and then I'll forget that I have to do this interview. So how I think one of the things, entrepreneurship is not
easy.
easy. How are you navigating through that as an African woman in America, an immigrant? how are you navigating through that? One of the misconceptions about entrepreneurship is that you start today, tomorrow you're gonna be a millionaire. I'm not saying that you're not, but you know, it's always perceived as a piece of cake. How are you navigating through that? What are some of your frustrations?
You know, when I look through, when I listen to some of the questions you all are asking, I'm like, I have refused to do any kind of interview.
Well, I thank you for
Most people ask me, and I'm
this.
like, the answer is no. I don't want to talk about Tasty Bites until there was a certain time I wanted to start talking about it.
I'm like that too.
So did you set like a goal where
I haven't even met the goal yet, but when
I used to be like that.
When y'all reached out to me, I was like, how do I say no? I think the first time I tried
to. You say no.
And then I was like,
I came back.
Gotta do this.
Sangi's good. That.
It is HARD.
HARD. Hard.
I tell people, when you see the Instagram pictures,
right?
If I have to tell you the story behind every Instagram pictures, I'll probably be in tears.
Right.
But people just see the beautiful pictures. Sometimes I've had people come to my house. I say, come sit down. Come talk to me.
Right.
Because I want you to be comfortable. I want to tell you what it involves.
Right.
And so they'll come to my house and I'll show them scars, burns. And I'll say, are you ready for this?
Right.
And some of them will walk out and say, let me think about it. And some people walk out and say they think they're ready. I say, go think about it because you really have to love this thing.
Because you just can't do it for money.
No. That's the thing. I ran after the vision, not the money first.
Right.
And then the money slowly came. And that's the problem because when you start, you're not going to make any money. You're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this? It's going to test you. So one of the things I did was I wanted to be sure. And that is the reason why I baked and served people for over 5 years for free. Because I wanted to know if this is something I wanted to do. I wanted people to be satisfied before they think of bringing out that money. So when I started, there were so many people that were ready. Because I had already I felt like I had watered the ground.
Right.
I wanted people, if you don't have an opportunity for people to taste your food, you can't say your food is good.
Right.
True.
So then when I started, I'm one person that I like to see the end when I start something. And so I don't know how far Tasty Bites is going to go. I have a vision.
Yeah.
But I'm in it for the long haul. And there are times when
come rain or sunshine.
I'm telling you, there's times when I'm crying and I don't want certain people to see me because they'll discourage me.
Right.
I only want the people that are going to tell me, you know why you did this. So I am very careful who I vent to. I don't vent to everybody. I vent to people that tell me, hey, okay, let's
dust off.
I'm very careful because there are people that you vent to and they'll be like, okay, you know what, this is not it. And you will walk away from.
Oh, they'll present to you another idea. Like, why would you just do this?
And as an African, I was born in Houston. I was raised in Nigeria. And I came back.
One of those things.
And I came back.
We know them.
Yeah.
And I came back. And one of the things my dad told me when I was coming back was, go change America. Don't let America change you.
Wow.
And so there's some quotes that I live by.
Right.
Till this day. And so those are one of those quotes where it doesn't matter what's going on outside. I just believe that my food, my gift speaks for me.
Right.
If it goes out there and the food is bad, I own up to it. And I fix it. That's it.
Wow.
And if it goes out there, it's great. Thank you so much.
Right.
Sometimes they don't even see me to say thank you, but they're happy. I'm good. So either way, I'm going to get something from it and I'm going to do better.
I love what you just said.
Yeah.
When it's not good, you own up to it.
I love
somebody
that.
complains. I have met some owners of businesses who never own up to, certain like mistakes or when, let's say a customer complains.
Right.
The owners do not show up.
They just want everything to be perfect from the get-go. Right.
So I really love that.
But what people don't understand is that that's where improvement comes from.
Exactly.
And you have to you have to be attentive to how people are responding to you.
I've had clients that they get really upset because I do have a team that responds to text messages on the Tasty Bite line.
Right.
And I pay attention to everything that's going on, but I always say if there's something that is out of what you can handle, let me let me take care of it. So I read all the comments and then I get in touch with the client.
Right.
And 9 out of 10 of them will say, "Thank you so much for understanding, and I'm sorry if I was upset." I said, "No, no, no. You have every right.
Right.
I respect your dollar, so you have every right." And they will tell you, "I was upset, but I'm always gonna come back."
Right.
Because you have to own up to it. It's not just providing good food. Even when your food is bad, some of your clients will tell you, "I still love your food."
I know.
Because they see that you will own up to it.
Right.
We're not perfect in this job. In cooking, it's a craft.
It is.
So I love that craft, but you still make mistakes. If you cannot own up to it, then you're not ready to be in this business. Your food can't always stay great all the time. But for you to be able to say, "I'm sorry, I'll get you another one," or "I'm sorry, we're gonna make it better." It's what. This is why I don't like talking about stuff like this.
It's good stuff. I'm enjoying
I was
this.
about to even ask you another question.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Do you mind sharing some of those stories that helped you build even tougher skin?
Okay, let's start with this. Like, what's your best? And then we'll go to the worst.
What's your best story
and your worst?
My best story. My best story is very touching. I had a friend, one of my branding people, sit me down for 9 hours to record a 24-second commercial. I almost killed them.
Welcome to music.
Because I was like, for 9 hours,
yeah,
just like this podcast, 45 minutes, they're going to be grilling me. Can somebody just punish me and tell me to make 500
This is some of the things that you have to start preparing yourself for. Imagine having 5 of this in a week.
Did you hear what she just said now? She said she would rather bake meat pies.
Punish you sitting down.
Punish me with 500
It is not
pies.
a punishment. It's preparation for what's coming. Because more podcast interviews.
My best client, I have a lot.
Yeah.
But my best client till this day.
Yeah.
Called me my client from here.
Right.
Traveled home to Nigeria. And called me to order pastries for a funeral. That was my best client.
Wow.
Why? Because you have to be. I pat myself on the back, but not in public. But you have to. Somebody has to love your company and love your food so much that when they're out of the country, they order for
all they think of is still.
That was crazy.
You.
And so when I got that call, I said, "What is it for?"
Right.
When I get the calls, most time I ask the client, "What kind of event is it?"
Right.
Mm-hmm. We don't ask all the time, but I always try to, "What kind of event is it?" And she said, "It's a funeral." And I was like, "Okay, give me 1 second." I went in there into the invoice and I zeroed out everything.
Wow.
And I said, we're not gonna charge for this. And she was like, "What?" And I said, "We're not." And that was it. So till today, that's one of the clients that I remember. Wow. They're great stories, but there's some stories that, the crazy stories, I don't like to share them because not everybody can learn from them. The crazy stories, when you tell them, people be like, "I cannot. That would never."
Right. Not me.
If you throw my food at me.
That would do it.
You throw my food at me, I'll wipe it off. And I'll tell you, "I'm so sorry. Can I get you another plate?" There are people that cannot
do that. That's true.
There are people that cannot do that.
So that has happened before.
That hasn't happened like that. That only happened when I was in nursing. See, I left nursing for this.
Okay.
So I understand frustration. So we've had all kinds of clients. We've had clients that say your stuff is not good. They're eating it. They're telling you it's not good.
Right. They take a bite and just like, so why are you eating it in the first place? Like, why are you eating it in the first place?
All kinds. But I always tell myself, when we got into this business, we got into it for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Come rain or
sunshine.
When
we recognize each one of them, and we try to. For me, I try to be the water that just calms down the fire. Don't make it worse than what it is. Don't magnify the problem. Understand and respect everybody's dollar. Mm-hmm. And I tell my team, if somebody's paying $1 for an item, you will treat them like they're paying $5 million.
That's true.
You have to do that because
that's true.
They worked hard for that money. So I respect everybody's dollar. Everybody's dollar.
How was your transition? Like you said, you were in nursing. How was your transition from nursing to owning? I'm assuming you're doing this full time.
Proudly, I can say yes.
You're doing this full time.
Proudly, yes.
So how did you transition?
How do we do that? Well, this is how we did it. Um, it took a lot of thinking, a lot of, are you sure? Because nursing, when you come to America, one of the things you want to do is you want to have a stable job. You want to, blah, blah, blah. Don't want to take crazy risk. But it got to a point where I had to say, am I ready to take this leap of faith and do this full time? And when COVID hit, COVID was the deciding factor. I was like, I don't feel comfortable seeing any patients. I just don't want to be out there right now. And so I went full force for this. And now, fortunately, that's when we added Tasty Bite Catering, which is the food part of it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And that's how we transitioned. And ever since COVID started, I've been full time.
Wow. So how would you say you juggle family life and business? Being a mom, having a big family, and then the business on top of it. Because I know you catered weddings.
You all are going too deep.
I mean, I think I've been to about 3 weddings where you've catered, and it's been like a big crowd. It's not like 100 people wedding. This is like 250 people and up.
My schedule is crazy. How do I juggle Tasty Bites with family life? I'll go back again to structure. The reason why I wanted to do Tasty Bites, I had to justify it. I wanted to make sure that I was available for my children. I wanted to have my own hours.
Right.
I wanted that flexibility. Since I came to America, and it's been over 19 years, I have not worked at any of my kids' birthdays ever. When you're hiring me, I tell you, this date, I don't work. If we just lay them down. So that's how it's been. So how I juggle, I make time. I don't do the kind of work that does not allow me to be a mom. Mm-hmm. I do not. Because family is, at the end of the day, like I said, I go back home and I need them to know, mommy, I'll drop everything for them. They understand my schedule. When I'm working, mommy is in her zone, leave mommy alone. She's on a conference call, she's on that, but I juggle it. I'm a Sunday school teacher. I'm a head of a children's department in my church. I know all of the children, first and last name of 150 children in my church.
God. What's your excuse?
What am I? I'm a house fellowship host.
Wow.
I'm a house fellowship host.
Here I am.
What am I doing? People call me, there's a side of me, apart from Tasty Bites, that I love so much, which is children. Mm-hmm. I have people come to my house, my child did this. Okay, bring them. And they'll come. Let's have a discussion. Okay, you're going to have to pack your bags. Bring them here for 2 weeks. All that goes on in my house. All of that goes on in my house. All of that. So when it comes to children, when it comes to Tasty Bites, that's my passion. I don't play around. So I am very busy. Very busy. Wow. I stay busy. So when I'm done with Tasty Bites, if you don't find me in church, you're going to find me in Tasty Bite Kitchen or at an event. Those guaranteed, or at home. I don't have time for anything else. Wow. So you have to have those kind of beliefs to hang around me. And I'm not afraid to tell you the truth, because I get, like my father said, I get to choose my friends. They don't choose me. That's just the way it goes.
I need to do that more. Do that more.
So what is the one big goal that you set for 2022?
Okay, well, I really don't know if I set goals yearly. I have like 5-year goals. Mm-hmm. I don't do the yearly goals because sometimes I have marks. I call them marks.
That's what I say. That
I try not to do goals because if you don't meet them, then you feel like really
you have to start over or something.
I don't do that. So what I do is I set marks. I say, okay, this year we're going to gain 300 new clients.
Wow.
Like that. This year we're going to make bigger and better presentations setup wise. We do things like that. Mm-hmm. But I don't do, by the end of this year, I have to have made this. I don't do that. I don't do that to myself because that's just going to kill me. I don't do that. I just work hard and I set marks.
And build a better brand.
Yes. One step at a time. I don't don't jump too far.
Wow.
I try to look at my nose and see what's here, and I work that way, and I set plans, future plans. If you tell me what's the future plan for Tasty Bites, the future plan is when you come into Dallas and they say, where's the one place I need to take you to? The Tasty Bites should be one of them.
Come on.
Yes,
So
that's
if
it.
you're in Dallas, have you been to Tasty Bites? That's the goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are like 5-year goals. I put it out there, but it can happen this year.
Yeah,
But I put it
that's
out there.
true.
That's
true.
I don't tell myself this year. Then when it doesn't happen, I start crying. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I just if I walk out of here, I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Building that, yeah.
So what's the I keep hearing you mentioning my team. Can you shed light on that? The importance of having a team. At what stage during your Tasty Bite were you like, man, I can't do this myself? Because one of the things I've noticed about I hate to use the word small business because it's not going to be small forever, but startup business as you're working your way up, some people just want to do stuff by themselves thinking they're saving money. But there's a saying that if you want to go far, then you know, bring other people along. So how did that process work? At what point were you like, I can't do this myself? I need to create a team.
Well, the thing is, I don't make decisions by myself, so I credit my family again for being, you know, their opinion matters. I can't stress it enough. For people that don't have a good support system in their family, they're losing out.
That's true.
You know, because I listen to them. When I started Tasty Bites, there was a time I did it all by myself.
Right.
I still do a lot by myself.
Right.
You know, but I bring in a team, especially when we have events.
Okay.
But this is what I tell my team, even when we're just, you know, especially when we have events. I always tell them this. It's not about you. It's about that person.
That ordered.
You will act, and it has to be your event.
Yeah.
If you can't handle it, because I scream at events. I am one of those people that if a bride says we're going with Tasty Bites,
yeah,
the bride might not see me on that wedding day, but you can believe that in that kitchen, every plate,
right,
I am looking. That's just, I'm crazy when I'm working. That's because I have taken that stress from you,
right,
and make sure that. So that's the way I work with my team. Only certain people can work with me. When I bring you in, I tell you this is what's going to happen.
right.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Gloves on.
Yeah.
If the food drops, you cannot pick it up. If you do pick it up, that glove goes in the trash, because if I see it, there's just so many things.
Right.
Sometimes I tell people you don't want to see me behind the scenes, because if you see me behind the scenes, you'd be like, oh my God. But at the end of the day, you love the food.
Right.
See,
and the customer service.
In this life, in this Tasty Bite journey, there are people that their job is to be behind the curtain.
Yep.
And there are people that they need to be on the other side of the curtain.
Right.
When that curtain opens, they're either clapping,
right,
or they're like, we are behind the curtain. We know where we are. So there are people that just need to be on the other side.
You understand your position.
There you go. So just stay on that side and clap. Don't come this way, because if you come this way, there'll be a problem. So just stay on. So I try to make sure, are you sure you want to be on this side?
Right.
This is not the pretty side.
Right.
But this is the fulfilling side. So some people decide. Some people are like, okay, I will see you next week. And they leave. So I'm very comfortable with a no. I'm very comfortable.
Very comfortable with a no. Not everybody's comfortable with a no.
Very comfortable. You got to be in this business.
And no is not rejection. It's just redirection to something else.
Yeah.
What do you have on your notepad there, Anya?
Well, actually, as she was talking, I actually thought of asking her a question I didn't write down.
Go ahead.
I was asking her if she's thought of building a culinary school sometime in the future.
Oh, well.
Mine was close to yours, but not today. I'm just like, okay, girl.
I mean, we gotta,
Well,
we gotta dream big.
Mine was like, do you ever think of owning a storefront bakery?
Well, in addition to all of the questions I've received today, I am in culinary school.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to everything that I've told you that I do.
Right.
I actually had a finals yesterday.
Wow. You're busy.
Very busy, very crazy. But In my Sunday school, before COVID,
Right.
we used to have a baking thing that we do with some of the kids.
Okay.
So I know that when that storefront comes, there will be this room somewhere that we will be baking and teaching. I am so for that. I'm so for giving little certificates. We baked our first pound cake. Oh, sure, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. I'm definitely going to be going and teaching something.
Yeah.
Because that's the legacy. Someone said you don't get to take your legacy with you when you die. How about you leave it here?
Right.
So I will be leaving it here.
Yeah. That's so awesome. That is so awesome.
I lost my train of thought right now because when you said, oh yeah, so you're just not limited to African foods.
No.
No, you cook.
The easiest foods to cook are American food.
That's true.
Please say that again.
Say that
The
again.
easiest food to cook. The hardest food to cook are the African food.
Yeah.
The easiest to cook are American foods.
Yeah, because I feel like the
Whenever we make barbecues, it's like crazy, and I'm like, it didn't take us anything. But if you tell me to make jollof rice, there's a process to it.
I know.
So yeah.
All those soups that you guys.
Oh yeah,
eat.
we made casserole one time for a client, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is the best." When you know how to cook African food,
Yeah, you
know
can
when
cook
to
anything.
twist.
Right.
And
right.
it was just, and I ate that casserole. I'm like,
I probably would have
but
loved
the
it.
client
'Cause-
was like, "Oh my
yeah.
god!" So, American foods are the easiest. I recently did a catering for the Garland Chamber of Commerce. I love them so much. They really supported me.
I think I saw that on your Instagram.
I don't even know if I posted anything. I was
there
so
was
busy.
some
Well,
place.
they posted and tagged me.
Okay.
And all we served was Nigerian food.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's all we served. There were about 75 women there, and half of them, I dare say, probably about 60 Caucasians. And it was
Wow.
jollof rice and fried rice and
Come
chicken.
on,
And
represent.
it was
Right.
amazing. I got a beautiful card from Logotology. I have to say that because when I got this box, I was like, who's sending me a box? And I opened it. It was a written card in there that said, "Thank you so much for serving at the Garland Chamber of Commerce.
Wow.
And this is my business." And the food was, I looked at that card. I posted that on my page. I actually did because it was so thoughtful. And yeah, so I love my African food.
Come on,
Love my African food.
represent.
Yeah.
How networking.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Networking.
ask that.
Okay.
Do you I know you just mentioned the Chamber of Commerce. Are you I know you say Garland, but are you part of other
Yes, I'm glad you asked. Yes, I am. I'm part of the Mompreneur Network.
okay.
They meet twice a month. I'm part of that. Of course, Garland Chamber of Commerce is the biggest one. That support, anything in Garland, in that community where I live,
Right.
that's them. So I've had event halls call me to do viewing of their venues,
Right.
and they got me from the Garland Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
So,
What's the importance of networking with your business?
oh my God.
The other reason why I'm asking that is because I see you. It's like a little community event, wedding planners. Y'all just in the same. I see some of the wedding planners I know, tag you in their posts because,
Yes.
they're probably like recommendations, like who we're going to use for food. Yeah, Tasty Bite. So can you emphasize the importance of just friendships, networking with what you do?
Networking. I think one of the things that makes networking so good is when you're reliable,
Right.
when they can count on you. So, yeah, that networking is a whole, you have to have time for it. I also belong to Chick Network. Planners are really good. You just have to, you have to have the time to network. It's a lot when it comes to networking, but I do try to, whenever we do our yearly schedule, I do try to find out what events are going on.
Right.
What events are we going to sponsor at the beginning of the year? So I already know what events we're sponsoring for the year. So if you come to me during the year and say, well, I have this event, can you sponsor it? The answer might be no, because it's not part of what we prepared for. So, but networking is one thing that I make provision for. You got to have time to market your stuff.
Right.
You got to have time to talk to vendors, to, like you said, planners, event halls, go down to places when they're doing open houses and
Right.
showcase your stuff. Go down to trade fair shows.
Right.
There's so much. So, but you got to be able to do that.
I know. Well, we're running out of time. I feel like I've not
Yeah.
been asked you
I
anything.
know.
I feel like I've not asked you anything.
I know. I did have one question for her though.
Then I'll ask my last after
Yeah.
Elio.
My last question, since we're all women of God here, you
Right.
know, I wanted to ask, you know, what advice would you give, you know, Christian entrepreneurs who are, you know, Christians who want to enter business, who want to start business, and
Right.
they're kind of like hesitant, don't know where to start. What would you advise them to do?
Honestly,
Honestly.
okay.
Keep it 100.
let me give you my honest answer. The fact that you're a Christian,
Mm.
honestly,
Honestly.
Honestly,
the fact that you're a Christian is really none of my business.
say that again.
The fact that you're
Louder
Christian,
for the people in the
the
back.
Say it
the
again.
fact that you're a Christian is none of my business.
And
The
why is
reason
that?
why I say that, I'm a
Right.
Christian,
Right.
but I don't bring my Christianity into the business.
Mm-hmm.
My character. If you're really a Christian, then let your character speak for you. So you don't need to. So you telling somebody you're a Christian doesn't mean you're going to deliver that food on time. You telling somebody you're a Christian, so let that character, let it work for you. But when you come into the business, this is business now. Yeah, so that's the way I look at it. My advice is, if you're ready to do business,
And ready to do
then
the
put
work.
on that jacket of your Christianity, keep your mouth shut, and then work hard. That's
Come
it.
on.
And go for
I
it.
love that.
That's it.
I love
Yeah,
that.
don't put your Christianity in front of you, because then it makes people look at you and say, well, you're a Christian. You said, no. Just take everything you've learned as a Christian and show it. Because you know what they say about you being the Bible that people read?
Yes.
Let
Yeah.
your character speak for you. They'll ask you, are you a Christian? Like, wow. Yeah, but you
I
don't
love
tell
that.
anybody that. I don't tell anybody that.
You be the Bible that people read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody that.
Yeah. Well, my last question is how there's so much mental stuff going on. How are you taking care of your mental health in this season?
I saw, that question. That question. I know I might offend a few people.
Yeah.
Well,
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah,
The
there's
truth
some
hurts
movie that
sometimes,
said
so we gotta
you can't
hear it.
handle the truth. Okay, let me tell you.
Well, it is what it is.
I had a dad that didn't care about telling you the truth. I think that in the society where we live in, people can't handle the truth.
Mm-mm.
My mental health is very important to me.
Right.
I'm very careful who I surround myself with
Right.
for my brand's sake.
Right.
I'm very careful for my family's sake,
Right.
especially my brand. The way I operate, I don't try to hang around failures.
Wow.
How do I know if you're a failure?
Mm.
You complain too much and you don't want to be part of the solving of the problem.
My
If I
good-
point out a problem, you better know that I'm going to be part of the team trying to solve it.
Right.
My mental health has to be intact
It
because it
does.
is crazy. My dad used to say my madness is like a jacket. I put it on and I take it off.
My goodness.
So I know when to put on my jacket of craziness,
Right.
and I know when to take it off. So my mental health it has to be, it works around who I'm putting myself around. That's how it works. So I surround myself with positive people. I surround myself with people that are like, oh my God, this is stressful, but I made it.
Right.
I don't
Right.
surround myself with people that say, I've never had a problem in this life. I don't.
That's a
Because
lie.
the day you will have a problem,
They're
there will be no
disaster,
space to turn down.
chaos.
I hang around people
I've been around for
can
my
be-
life.
that can be real, because I need to know the truth.
That's
I need
it.
to know this thing didn't taste good.
Right.
I need the truth. So that helps me mentally to be like, I can process it. I
Right.
can handle it. Tell
Right.
me. So that I try to make sure when I talk to people, one thing I will not do to you is lie to you. I will not tell you that this business, just you will love it. If you enter, in fact,
It
I don't do that.
fly.
I tell them, go back,
Yeah.
think of that name you give it,
Right.
pick that logo, pray about it.
Right.
That's the only time you probably hear me say pray.
Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you pray about it, then come back, let's talk. And then I'll tell you, you need to spend some money to make some money. And you're going to spend so much money and make
Spend
nothing
money
at
to make
first. You have to keep on spending that money.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you the prices of box right now,
I
you'll be like, why
know.
are we using? That's the logo. That's
Right.
the brand. It has to be a white box.
Right.
So Mentally, I work on it every day.
That's true.
Every day. You got to work on it every day.
Wow.
So where can people find you?
Yes.
You can find us on Instagram for now. I'm not one of these people that say, find my website.
I looked you up on Facebook. I didn't find you.
Well, we are on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, we are on Facebook, but
Okay.
Instagram is really where we connect a lot to our clients.
Right.
The website is on the works, but I'm not just big on so much of that. I'm
Right.
focused on Instagram right now. So you can find us on Instagram. You can also call us on the Tasty Bite line, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. You can text us 24/7,
Right.
972-372-4742. And if you text us on Friday or from Thursday, you don't get a response, you get it on Monday, because those are very peak periods. And we
Right.
don't. If you want to mail out an order, we are not mailing out any food orders right now because of delays with COVID. Other people are, but we are not. The only thing we are mailing out right now is our signature chin chin, and our mail out days are Tuesdays.
See structure.
Come on. I'm telling you. She was saying structure right from the beginning.
From the beginning, and
all
I
the way
see it
through
all
to the
over
end.
through your conversation and everything that you said. I see structure. I love it. I love structure. Well, thank you so much for taking this time
Out of your busy schedule.
out of your busy
to
schedule,
go
even when
be
you
with
didn't
us.
want to do it.
I know.
Me, I am happy, and I'm so glad that you made it. Last words of advice to anybody that's running a business right now.
And to us. Here.
Right, and to us here, us the unbecoming folks. Since we are unbecoming.
They have really, like, I don't even know, you guys, you just tapped into an area.
You know,
where I'm
I've been thinking about you for the longest time. I told her, I
Yup.
said, I need to get her, but then
We
I was
need to get
I was
here.
like, I kind of have. I know you're busy, but I
Yup.
was like, I don't know if she's gonna do it. But I just said, no. She has to.
I was quite shocked when Songi said we got activations. I said, what?
And then I come here and you all are asking me questions to a door that I'm like, I'm not ready to open this door. What
You have
advice?
to.
What advice would I have? If you are a woman in the business, there's space for you.
Right,
We can't all do it all. I need more people in here.
right,
If you are someone that just doesn't know what to do, there is a talent
right.
that you have, and you need to discover that talent. I happen to discover mine, and I'm one of those people. Now I can preach a little bit, just a little. I'm one of these people that I know my own 10 talent that was given to me,
Right.
and I'm working fully with it. So when the master comes back, I can say, this is what I do with my talent. So discover what your talent is. We all have talents.
Right.
Discover what your talent is and try to build and perfect it. And, you know, it's one thing to discover, be ready to perfect it. Perfect your craft. If it means going back to school,
Right. Do
I
it.
left nursing to take culinary classes.
My goodness.
Go back to school if you have to. Perfect your craft. Don't just give your brand a name.
Right.
And you can't sit and talk with the president. Perfect your craft. So that day when you're ready, just like David in the Bible, when he was called to be a king, he was in that bush, but he was
ready.
training.
Yeah.
So train yourself, get ready, because one day the president will call you or somebody will call you and tell you,
Right.
I need you to cater to, and you'll know what to say.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
This is Unbecoming Podcast, where we are unbecoming to become. Like unlabeling our.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm grateful that you came. You made my day too.
I know.
Thank you, ladies.
This was a great turnaround.
It
and a
was.
great start
It was.
to,
It
our
really,
day.
really,
So
really was. So
really appreciate you.
thank
coming
you so
into the
much.
studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, so this is the end of episode Tasty Bites. We're just gonna call it that.
Tasty Bites episode, and now we're about to taste some Tasty Bites.
Yeah, so
Please,
we're gonna
I can't
get
wait,
off the
I can't wait.
camera and taste this pastries, because you know me. Don't play with me.
Thank you.
Here it
ladies.
is. Thank you so much. It is.
You're invited. You're not invited.
You're invited. You're not invited. I don't know what to tell you, but it is what it is.
It's unbecoming.